I'm in a place in my walk of faith where basically I'm happy with guidance. That's one step at a time. I don't need to see what's around the bend or what's 3 steps down the line. I don't need to see that. All I want to be concerned about is show me what to do right now. And it's a different sort of faith than the faith that wants to know more than what is known today, wants to know what's tomorrow, wants to extrapolate. It's not all bad to extrapolate, to visualize. In fact, it's necessary to visualize the destination, to visualize, taste the taste, the sounds, the palette of where you're going. It's necessary to do that. Jesus did that. For the joy that lay before him, Jesus endured the cross. He used visualization, my master. And so I must too. But then it has to be of a particular kind where you leave a vast opening for the Holy Spirit to go to a different place than your visions. Because, the Holy Spirit must be given room to work. You can't box him in. You don't want to box in the Father and limit him to what you know. And so it's good to visualize, to visualize what God has in mind, not what you have in mind. And, hopefully those two images match up, are identical, and when that's the case, visualization is potent. But when your vision of the future, the immediate future, the meaning of this or that, when your view of God's reality don't match up exactly, it's like thinking that this is the end. This is the end of the process, because this and that and the other thing. And then you go through the process, step, and it delivers. And it delivers more than, expected or as expected. But it's not the breakthrough. Then depending on your relationship with your vision, you might get disappointed or something, or confused. It's like I used faith, but it didn't work this time. I was blessed by the present work, but it didn't have the meaning that I thought it had. God wanted to bring the process to this step, post production of the current now step, the present step that God revealed to you. It was in fact God's will for you to do. So it was the will of God for you to do it, but God meant to go to a different place with that than what you thought. You thought it was the breakthrough, But God knows that it wasn't the breakthrough. God knows that it's a step towards the breakthrough. So it's necessary. And so one's faith can be challenged when one does that. So it's important to get to a place where you visualize, but you visualize what God, you're trying to discover what God has in mind. What is in God's heart? What is God's purpose? As opposed to painting into the vision your desires, which is okay, but it's not as good as when you try to discover the will and purpose of God, His mind, His heart, which you can do. You know, like the step that we're at now. Now, it's definitely God's will that we put back the low gear. God has demonstrated it. He has confirmed it with miracles, signs, and wonders. Confirmed it. And so it is God's will. I am certain of that. The machine spoke. God through the machine spoke. Said we need everything, every aspect, every fact of that deliverance is miraculous. It's miraculous. Down to the downshift and upshift difference. 1.45. Everything, every aspect of that, all the parts God provided. All the parts. Parts that recently became available played a part. Parts that hadn't been touched for years came out of the woodwork and played their part. Miracles, strewn with miracle signs and wonders. The Father definitely wants us to build that clutch that way. The slip gear. Every part of that was in the shop. We didn't have to buy anything. We didn't have to buy anything. Now, my vision, what I would like to see is this to be the breakthrough. That's what I would like to see. That this is the breakthrough. We have the clutch. We have everything. The miracle is that God takes all of what is there, all of what is known, and then He puts in that X factor, the action of the Holy Spirit, the fiat of the Holy Spirit, and then the Holy Spirit tighten up. That's what my hope and dream and vision in my heart and my spirit, that's what it is that, you know what, I see that the clutch wasn't the end of it because of the given facts. So I see that that was my desire and it was not God's plan that this be the breakthrough. I can see that. I can understand that. I can deal with that. But it is a step closer to the breakthrough. You know, you look and you say, look, Father, I know that there's all kinds of unseen things that are important that can play a part in the outcome. But from what I can see and from what I can hope and from what I can understand, you know, this beyond the clutch, the low gear, given the given upshift level, the given downshift level, the given power level, the changes that are going to come, given all of that, I do believe that this is going to be the breakthrough. I do believe that that's what's in the heart of the Father, the mind of the Father, the purpose of the Father, the will of the Father. And I just want to declare that I believe that. And ask the Father to establish the work of my hands. For George and I establish the work of our hands. I mean, I'm free to hope. I'm free to believe. I'm free to believe that the Father has the authority and the power, Father, to fiat all other things into place and just start on. And we can proceed with this breakthrough. So, what is the meaning of the installation of the low gear? Okay. After the engine was completed, we had to refine it and improve it and so forth. But the major step after the engine was completed was to determine the ways that we can then collect the torque power that was being produced by the wheel. And we were given a great head start by the Father. And that is those downshifts. I'm going to explain that more later.